If you have one of these old brown Kenmore dehumidifiers, this is the 38 pint version. I took the knobs off, but and it's been running fine, then all of a sudden stops actually getting water in the chamber, which is back here. Could be your compressor is not turning on. Another telltale sign you're having the problem that I'm having is if your compressor, actually not your compressor, but your start relay is making a clicking sound. So if that's the case, you're hearing a clicking sound and the fan is turning on, but the compressor seems to be off. One way of knowing that is if it's running and your high pressure line is not getting hot and your suction line right here is not getting cold. That could mean your compressor is not running. So this is the culprit right here, this little part. I'll put a link in the description where you can pick one up. I just did the replacement and now it's working again great. So I'll show you what I did. Get yourself a knife. First of all, take the whole thing apart. So there's just lots of screws. Let me figure out where I put my screw pile. There's the two knobs that slide off. So once your big brown cover is over the front, and these knobs are on, just get a screwdriver, flathead, or a knife and just kind of pry those straight off. They're just press fit on. Take your two knobs off. And then lots of little screws that look like this all over the, you got three on each bottom, 1, 2, 3, same on the other side. And then I think there could have been, were there any on the front bottom? Yeah, it looks like there was 2 down there at the bottom on the front. So anyways, if you're attempting a project like this, I'm going to guess you have enough skill to take all the screws out, get this cover off, or at least hanging here. You don't want to take it all the way off because the wires are still attached. Just get it so you can pretty much access this area by tilting it back like that. And then you're going to take your knife. When you push on this, you can see there's a little bit of a gap there. See if I can get you in there. Yeah, you're going to stick your knife down in that little gap right there and just pry it out. Can't do that while holding the camera, so I'm going to put this down and then show you what it looks like once you pop this little plastic cover off. So after you, again, press from the back here and then get your knife in there and pop the tab off, this whole thing should more or less wiggle off. Got the same thing over there on the other side to deal with. That one you might be able to, probably have to get the knife in there on that one too. So once you get that thing out of the way, there's the culprit. This is the new one I just installed, but it's this guy right here. So yeah, to remove the old one, just take a flathead screwdriver, stick it right down there in that gap. A little bit of prying, rocking back and forth motion. Should pop off of there for you. There we go. Obviously make sure your unit's unplugged so you don't electrocute yourself by chance. And there it is. So this is the Chinese cheapo replacement I bought that I'll put a link to in the description. And you just wiggle that off with your fingers, those 2 wires on one prong there. And then to go back on, as you can see, you have your black little jumper wire on that top prong, and then you have this guy inserts onto the bottom 2 prongs right there. That's all there is to it. I had trouble pushing it straight on, so I'll show you here in a sec. Just get it sitting on the prongs. Make sure your black jumper wire is on there first, because this little tab right there will stop the jumper wire being put on second. The little jumper wire needs to be on there already before this guy can press on. But yeah, what I did was just hold a flathead screwdriver like that and then lightly tap on the back end with a hammer, and it slowly pushes on. That was easier than using my hand to push it on. So yeah, then once you want to test it and get the thing installed, I would say before you put this back on, just in case you need to get in there again, turn it to the right, that's a higher setting, and then twist this to be on. All the way to the left is off. Should kick on once you get a little bit way to the right, and then I would let it run 5 minutes, and then you should be able to feel this line will be hot to the touch, this line will be cool. You can also come back here, put your hand on these, and these should be cool after it has run for about 5 minutes, and you should just see water starting to drip in there. Your compressor might also be warm on the top or hot, but this will be easier to feel. It should be hot. So I'll let you know your compressor is running if those two lines have a noticeable difference.